All right, let's talk about AI in 2025. It's not some cool experiment anymore, right? It's basically critical infrastructure. But man, there is so much hype. So what's actually going on? That's what we're going to do here. Cut through all that noise and get to the real story of AI today.
And when I say the noise is loud, I mean just look at this number. $500 billion. That's $500 billion. That's the rumored valuation for OpenAI by the end of 2025. I mean, if that doesn't scream immense hype, I don't know what does. There is just so much capital flooding into this space.
Okay, so seeing a number like that, it naturally leads to the big question, right? Where is all this money and all this hype really going? Like, where's the actual tangible value being created? And I'll tell you right now, the answers are probably not what you're expecting.
So yeah, we're calling this the 2025 AI Gold Rush. And for good reason. An absolutely staggering 95% of professionals say they're using AI. But here's the thing. Just because everyone's using it doesn't mean they're winning. This widespread adoption is actually hiding a really crucial truth about what it takes to succeed.
Let's dive right into the first big surprise. We're calling it the Great Innovation Mirage. You know that idea? The one where you can build some unique, killer AI feature that no one else has, and that'll be your competitive advantage for years? Well, it turns out that's pretty much a myth.
So the hype is all about building that unbeatable product, that one killer feature. But here's the reality check. The competitive moat you thought you had with AI, it's basically gone, vanished. Any game-changing feature you launch can be copied by your competitors in a matter of weeks. Not years, weeks. So, if the fancy AI feature isn't the real advantage anymore, then what is? Well, it boils down to three things. Number one, your own proprietary data and the context you can give the AI. Number two, how fast you can actually deploy this stuff. And number three, how well your people, your organization actually adopt the technology. It's all about execution now, not just the raw innovation.
Okay, so we've talked strategy, we know where the real advantage is. Now, let's do what they always say, follow the money. Because you guessed it, the economics of this whole AI revolution are, well, they're not quite what they seem on the surface.
And yeah, this is where it gets a little sobering. Think about all the spending, all the pilot programs, all those flashy press releases. After all of that, a massive 95% of enterprise AI initiatives are failing to deliver any measurable business impact. Let that sink in. 95%.
So if the money isn't turning into business value for most companies, where is it going? A huge chunk of it is going right here. $7 trillion. That's the projection for global investment in data center infrastructure by 2030. It's an absolutely mind-boggling number.
This is what we're calling the hardware paradox. You break down that $7 trillion, and what do you see? Over $4 trillion is just for computing hardware. The rest? Real estate and power to run it all. The money isn't flowing into business transformation, it's flowing into the plumbing. It's like we're building this massive, expensive factory before we've even figured out what we're going to make inside.
And it's not just the big companies. Even the top AI labs themselves are on this spend now, reap later model. I mean, OpenAI might have that $500 billion valuation, but they're also projected to burn through more than $140 billion in cash before 2030. And look at Anthropic. They hit an impressive $3 billion in annualized revenue, which is great, but even their path to actually making a profit is still pretty uncertain. The cash burn is just immense.
Okay, so we've covered strategy, we've covered the wild finances, but honestly, the most important shifts happening in AI right now, they're not technological at all. They're human. This is the part of the story that gets completely overlooked in the mad dash to build bigger and bigger models, but it is absolutely where the real competitive battles are being won and lost.
And it all starts with this new core skill, context engineering. Forget fancy jargon. All it means is structuring your company's information so the AI can actually use it. You can forget about trying to find that one magic prompt. The real goal is to feed the model high-quality, relevant info so you get a high-quality, relevant answer back. This is the secret sauce. This is how you start to turn that 95% failure rate on its head.
This is a really fundamental shift in how we think about this stuff. The old way, prompt engineering, was kind of like treating the AI as this mysterious oracle. You had to ask the perfect question to get a good answer. The new way, the winning way, is context engineering. You treat the AI like a super powerful reasoning engine that just needs the best raw materials, which is your data, your information, to do its job. Garbage in, garbage out still applies.
So, this new focus on skills and context, it creates another huge challenge. Just look at this ratio. 3.2 to 1. What is that? That's the global demand for AI talent versus the supply. That means for every single qualified person out there, there are more than 3 open jobs waiting for them. It's a massive mismatch. And that shortfall, it has ignited an absolute full-blown talent war. We're talking salaries that are 67% higher than normal software jobs. The top 1% of researchers are getting million-dollar-plus packages. There are even whispers of Meta tempting people away with offers over $100 million. It's insane. Finding and keeping talent has become a critical bottleneck for a lot of businesses.
And this human element isn't just about the workplace. We are witnessing a permanent shift in behavior, especially with younger people. They're not even bothering with Google anymore. They're going straight to AI for answers. Think about that. This is fundamentally rewriting the rules of how we find information, and if your business relies on being found online, well, this has massive implications for you.
So, when you put all these pieces together, the mirage of innovation, where the money's really going, and this huge human element, you start to see it. The real AI revolution is finally here. But, and this is the key part, it looks completely different from what the hype train led us all to expect.
I mean, for example, remember all that talk about a new wave of AI gadgets and standalone AI hardware? Yeah, that revolution just never showed up. It hasn't happened. The reality is that the best, most powerful, most used AI is just software. It's living on the phones and laptops we already have in our pockets and on our desks. Integration is absolutely crushing pure invention.
Okay, so how do you actually win in what we're calling the industrial era of AI? Well, if you're a CEO, you have to demand measurable P&L impact, no more science projects. If you're a CTO, your #1 job is building that context infrastructure. And for every leader, the focus has to shift from just deploying the tech to getting real adoption and preparing your people for what's coming.
And that really brings us to the final question, the one you have to take back with you. The tech is here, it's incredibly powerful, it's everywhere. But you have to look at your own organization and ask a really honest question. Are we using this to build real, lasting value? Or are we just building ourselves a much, much bigger bill?